Everyone knows how great the Logic stock compressor is. So many different sounds, different emulations in one, but there's one way that I'm using it which I just find fantastic, and it's breaking all the rules, but I don't really care. Because we're working at like 32-bit float, you know, we're not actually worrying too much about internal clipping, and I'm clipping the hell out of the input on this compressor and then using the limiter to get a bit more aggression out of a guitar bus. So let's check it out quickly. Okay, so solo the guitars, hear it without first and then with. What's going on there? So what I'm actually doing is I'm using the compressor, but I feel like the VU, the needle gain reduction is actually kind of playing tricks on us here, because what I'm actually using is the limiter, and I'm using this quite heavily. So you'll see typically you might have a side chain up. If you go to output and go to limiter, turn the limiter on, I'm bringing the threshold all the way down, so it's at -10. I've not got too much compression going on, only like 2 to 1, but importantly I'm driving that input and bringing the output down. So I'm actually hitting that limiter pretty hard, and I've got it on the soft distortion. So you've got kind of 3 types of distortion here. You can have none for a start, or you can have soft clipping, hard clipping, or clip clipping. Now, to me, they all sound like clipping, but in varying kind of degrees. So let's hear this as we kind of move between the clips and just hear exactly what it's doing, because it's just adding a rawness, a kind of raucous punk rock kind of element to it, and that's what this track really needed. So hear it without in the mix, and then we'll bring it in and you just hear it's adding that edge to the guitars. Okay, so it's bringing up a load of the reverb, it's bringing up a load of the kind of, dare I say, nastiness underneath the kind of low-level stuff, but that's sort of what I want in this track. So I'm just going to solo it again, and let's go between the distortion settings, and you'll just hear how they're kind of altering the sound. So start with it off. So that's what I'm on at the moment. So to me, soft is kind of limiting it the least, but having the greatest effect. So on hard and clip, it's really clamping down on stuff, but it's not really giving it that much tone. It's not really giving it that kind of gritty, distorted element to it, but the soft really is. And the main reason I'm getting that is because I'm driving this input. So if we just had this down, we wouldn't get anywhere near as much. We've just kind of got a volume boost, let's just tend to that. Yeah, it's kind of limiting it, but it's not doing a whole lot. And the compression and limiting working in tandem is what's really getting this sound. So let's bring this down, let's crank this input up a load and just see how we get this sound. You've got loads of top end there, loads of, I want to call it fizz, but we tend to say fizz when we're talking detrimentally about a guitar, but it's just adding a load of aggression, and it is really tone shaping. It's taking out some of that mid-range energy and kind of converting it into top end. So in the mix, I think it just adds a real badass edge to it. So there you go, using a plugin for, well, all the wrong reasons. We're distorting the hell out of the input, but it doesn't really matter because we're not like clipping, because we're using 32-bit floating point. Or is it 64? I don't know, something bigger than 24 either way. And just using the internal limiter there on the soft setting and applying some compression and just getting some of the grit out of it. You can go to these different settings as well, and you're going to get something a little bit crazier, but let's just flick between them and see what it does. Let's solo it just so we can hear. Whoa, nice. Kind of want to go on the classic VCA again, even though it's going to tear my face off. That's dirty. That's cool though. I like that. Let's get the VCA and just bring it in just a touch. Just kind of bring that the blend knob up. Adding a load of high end, load of crispy stuff, loads of dirt, all the stuff that we're kind of told you don't want in a guitar, but we're adding it and we're clipping the plug-in in a way that we shouldn't do, but it just sounds cool, so why not? I'll see you again soon. Take care.